Good morning children, good morning to all, welcome to the show, yet another video session. So, yesterday you have received one video regarding motion. So, in the last I have made a hurried explanation, so I want to complete that part, speed and velocity, average speed, and some examples and think and discuss. So, those things will take 20-25 minutes, but they are needed. Sir, I am not satisfied what we have done there. So, that is why I am putting another video, so that you can have a complete accommodation of motion. So, you should be taken to the consideration. In the last video, I have explained about the model paper and most of the points in motion. In Zoom session, we have discussed the model paper once again, units chapter 12. Regarding some important questions, very good response from students, but Zoom some people haven't received well, that is why there is a problem. In future we are going to modify it. After some more videos we are going for Zoom. So, let us cooperate, which is the best. Thank you. We are going to continue the lesson. Class 9, subject PS, revision. So, I hope you understand distance and displacement. Today, we are going to know the development of displacement and distance in terms of speed and velocity. Distance displacement tesin tarvata speed and velocity manaku easy ga ardham avutundi because they are dependent. So, distance displacement ki diagrams ichchanu, baga practice cheyandi. Take the textbook, work out and practice. Some diagrams will be given, you have to complete it. Diagrams, incompleted diagrams, you have to complete it. Read the question properly and then think and discuss question. 2 questions I have discussed and given explanation in the video. That is very, very important. When do the magnitude of distance and displacement are equal? Oka body ki distance displacement equal hotai. If they are travelling along the same path, same length, A to B, so they are travelling the same length, both magnitude of displacement and distance will be the same. Then mundara, what happened to displacement of the body when returns to the same position? I have given 2 examples. These 2 are important questions you have to work out. Next, speed and velocity. So, speed is dependent on distance and velocity is dependent on displacement. Already explained, but I am going to make you understand through differences. One, speed, velocity. Between any 2 quantities in physics, better to understand by difference, distinguish anotsu, write the differences anotsu, ade meaning. So, when you are comparing the things, you can easily understand the concept. Okay. Another important, distance and displacement, 4 points I told, and speed and velocity also I am telling 4 points, differences. You must be very careful. ఒక డిఫరెన్స్ రాసిన తర్వాతనే ఇంకో డిఫరెన్స్ రాయాలి. We should not write speed at random and velocity at random, that is not advisable. Speed is the distance covered by an object in unit time. In unit time you have covered, that is. Next, velocity made by object in unit time. So, speed depends on distance velocity depends on displacement. So both are with respect to time. Displacement need magnitude and direction, so the velocity also need magnitude and direction. I told there are two definitions. In the material I told rate of change of displacement is called velocity, or velocity is the displacement made by object in unit time. Edi rasina correct, I accept it both. Okay. Next, second point. Speed is a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Displacement is a vector, velocity is also vector. Speed is a scalar, that's why distance is scalar, speed also a scalar. So these 2 points try to remember. So if given in the material also, you already written for the benefit of the people who haven't listened. కొంతమంది కొన్ని కారణాల వల్ల వినలేదు, వాళ్ళు అడిగారు, వాళ్ళ కోసం వీడియోలో మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నాం. So I am repeating for the benefit of the people who haven't listened, and even listen they are not understandable. So now we are going for another 2. How many differences we can write? As many. Ennaina writes. At present for the class I have given 4. As the lesson advance, some more points you make the difference. It is depending upon the interest of the student, the subject will be progressing. So minimum 4 points, maximum we can output. Last year the people now studying 10th class, Jahnavi and Vishnuvardhan, they used to give number of points. I told 4 points, they are telling another 4 points to understand. So it depends upon the student. Next, third point. Speed depends on the change in magnitude of distance covered by an object. So displacement, change in displacement with respect to magnitude and direction, here only magnitude of distance, very vital points. So inta chepukun tarvata we can easily understand. Fourth one, speed never becomes 0, always positive. When the body is in motion, never becomes 0. Velocity become 0 or positive may have maybe 0, velocity may be 0 or positive, అంటే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అని రాస్తున్నాం అంటే ఆబ్జెక్టే రాస్తాం. when the object is in motion. So 4 points we are distinguishing, and there are so many other points. As the lesson goes, inko 2 pages I think points vastayi. Velocity never becomes 0, always positive when the object is in motion. This is the condition. Ee condition rayali, ఎందుకంటే మోషన్ లేకుంటే స్పీడ్ కూడా 0 అవుతుంది. వెలాసిటీ మే బి 0 ఆర్ పాజిటివ్ ఆర్ నెగటివ్ అని కూడా వస్తుంది. we'll discuss later when the object is in motion. Okay, this is about velocity and speed. Speed is the quantity which gives the fast of the body, and if a car moves 60 kilometers per hour, that is the speed. If a car moves 60 kilometers per hour northeasterly direction, that is called velocity. అట్లా కొన్ని పాయింట్స్ యాడ్ చేయొచ్చు. if you are not having a confidence, you restrict to this for 4 points only. Next, we know that suppose you are going from school to your house by a car, by a what is called motorcycle, or by a bus, or whatever it may be. When by the time you are reaching your house, it cannot maintain continuously the same amount of speed or velocity, because there will be some restrictions. In course of time, we call the velocity and speed with different names. ఇప్పుడు చదవబోయేది యావరేజ్ వెలాసిటీ, యావరేజ్ స్పీడ్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్స్టంటేనియస్ వెలాసిటీ, ఇన్స్టంటేనియస్ స్పీడ్. యూనిఫామ్ వెలాసిటీ, యూనిఫామ్ స్పీడ్. నాన్ యూనిఫామ్ వెలాసిటీ, నాన్ యూనిఫామ్ స్పీడ్ అని 4 types of average, 4 types of speed and velocity are there. But at present we are discussing about average speed and average velocity. So already I have explained this topic, for the benefit of the people, some slow receptionist, I am repeating that. Excuse me. Okay. So దీనికి ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పుకుంటాం. That is given in the textbook. You can develop your own examples provided it is made. Example, a train named Godavari Express starts at 5 p.m. from Visakhapatnam. The other name of Visakhapatnam is Vizag, we can call short form Visakhapatnam, and reaches Hyderabad at 5 a.m. next day. Next day. So a train named Godavari Express starts at 5 p.m. from Visakhapatnam and reaches Hyderabad at 5 a.m. next day. So this is the example. Now we are going to give a sketch. So we cannot say the diagram given in the textbook is exact. Just for understanding, we have written an imaginary diagram. The textbook it has given imaginary diagram. With that diagram, we are going to understand what are the displacement vectors from Vijayawada, Vizag to Visakhapatnam to Vijayawada, which is junction, then to Hyderabad, and Vizag to Hyderabad. So I will explain. There are 2 questions. Those two questions I will explain in a brief manner. Already explained, but I will. So I suggest you read the question and understand the requirement, then try to answer. This is the diagram. Journey of the train. Vizag. The short name of Visakhapatnam is Vizag. Vijayawada. So Vizag, Vijayawada, there may be so many stations in between them, but we are giving the main stations. And Hyderabad. So it starts 5 p.m. and reaches here 5 a.m. next day. If you might ask a journey to Nellore to Hyderabad, so we are launching on to Charminar Express or Pinakini Express, whatever it may be, between 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Hyderabad Express, and next day you are reaching at 4 or 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. Similarly, Vizag lo 5 o'clock ekte, next day morning 5 a.m. vastundi. Now, there are some questions here. Draw the displacement vectors anu. Displacement vectors. This is a question given in the textbook and we have to draw. So diagram lo displacement vectors ni draw cheyamannadu. So first we take the journey and break up to Vijayawada. This is one displacement vector. The curve gives the distance and the line gives the displacement. From Vijayawada to Hyderabad, you draw another line. Here also the curve gives the distance and straight line gives the displacement. Displacement need initial point, final point. Initial point, final point. So Vizag nunchi Vijayawada ki idi. Vijayawada nunchi Hyderabad, this is one. Suppose the way out Vijayawada to Hyderabad, like this you have to draw. Some of you may ask, why can't you draw from here? That is wrong. A vector is denoted from the starting point, which is called initial position. This is final position. So initial position to final position we have to draw. So the journey covering two ways. One is by land or curve, that is distance, another by displacement with a straight approach. When it is having a straight approach, it has directions. This north anukondi, this south avutundi. This east anukondi, this west avutundi. So the directions are very important. We are already told you, there are 4 directions and 4 corners. So totally make 8 possible directions. Now we are going to understand. Ante ఇది నార్త్ అనుకోండి, ఇది సౌత్ అనుకోండి, ఈస్ట్ అనుకోండి, వెస్ట్. ఇంటర్మీడియట్లో ఇవి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ డైరెక్షనల్ వెక్టార్స్ అంటే. ఇప్పుడు ఇది నార్త్, ఇది ఈస్ట్ అయినప్పుడు ఇది నార్త్ ఈస్ట్, ఇది వెస్ట్, ఇది సౌత్ అయినప్పుడు సౌత్ వెస్ట్. సో డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు సౌత్ వెస్టర్లీ డైరెక్షన్ వచ్చింది. డిస్టెన్స్ అనేది మనకు అవసరం లేదు. సో స్పీడ్ అనేది డిస్టెన్స్ మీద ఆధారపడి ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి దాని డైరెక్షన్ అవసరం లేదు. బట్ వెలాసిటీ నీడ్ డైరెక్షన్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై ది యావరేజ్ వెలాసిటీ అండ్ యావరేజ్ స్పీడ్, ద డిఫరెన్స్ హియర్. సో యావరేజ్ స్పీడ్ అంటే యావరేజ్ స్పీడ్ గివ్స్ అన్ ఐడియా ఫర్ ది ఎంటైర్ జర్నీ. మొత్తం జర్నీలో నువ్వు ఎక్కడ ఆగినావో, ఒక చోట 40 కిలోమీటర్స్ కావచ్చు, ఇంకోసారి 60 కిలోమీటర్స్ కావచ్చు, ఇంకో చోట ఆగచ్చు, ఇంకో 100 కిలోమీటర్స్ రావచ్చు. బట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ క్యాలిక్యులేటింగ్. ఒక పర్టికులర్ పాయింట్ అడిగితే అది నెక్స్ట్ వస్తుంది, ఇన్స్టంటేనియస్ స్పీడ్ అని వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ అటు అడగలేదు. ఆన్ హోల్ యూ రీచ్డ్ హైదరాబాద్, వాట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ స్పీడ్ మీన్స్ యావరేజ్ స్పీడ్. average speed is equal to total distance by time taken. Total distance by time taken. So in the textbook, you read the textbook, in the textbook, the distance covered by the train for entire trip ante start ayi malli vachindaka is equal to 720 kilometers. Let us assume the entire trip of the journey by train as 720 kilometers and covered the time is 12 hours. So time taken 12 hours, H antamu, konni books lo HR kuda untundi, it may be H or HR. So now you cancel this one, 60 kilometers per hour. So on average the journey, the average speed of the train is 60 kilometers per hour. That does not give, it travels continuously 60 kilometers per hour. Average speed ante continuous ga undadu, మొత్తం డిస్టెన్స్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసేది. పర్టికులర్ పాయింట్లో కావాలంటే there is another quantity called instantaneous speed, that will come next videosలో వస్తుంది. Instantaneous speed, this is average speed. Now what is average velocity? As per the textbook is given, displacement by time taken. So you read the textbook before you watching this one. According to them, the displacement from Vizag to Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam to Hyderabad is 360 kilometers southwest అని ఇచ్చినాడు. Because it is starting northeast for initial point and final point, and it covers 12 hours అన్నాడు, but I made a different 5 hours అనుకుంటాం. 12 hours is too long, that's why we have taken 5. Now cancel this one, 5 7s 2s. So average velocity is 72 kilometers per hour southwesterly direction. So you might have seen the announcement, the TVs and radios, cyclone వచ్చేటప్పుడు మనకు డైరెక్షన్ చెప్తారు. The wind is blowing northeasterly direction with a 600 kilometers, 200 kilometers per hour or 140 kilometers per hour. So page number 6, activity 3 ముందర దాకా చదవండి చాలు. Page number 6, before activity 3. So the values are given, I have already read, you read, and textbook is compulsory. If you are not having, you make arrangement of textbook, read it before you observe the what is called video session. The quantities average speed and average velocity explain the motion of a body in a given interval of time. Total time interval ki istundi gaani particular interval ki ivvadu, adi important. They do not give any information about motion of the body at particular instant of time. Now think and discuss questions undai, I will explain, thereafter I will stop. I repeated the content second time. First time ఒక వీడియోలో చెప్పాను, మళ్ళీ ఈ వీడియోలో చెప్తున్నాను. If I repeat it, it will be fixed in your mind. So think and discuss. So these are called brain teasers antam. And you have to work out of your own, discussing with your classmates or with your mother, father or the teacher. So first you try, think cheyandi, if you are getting you answer, if you are not getting you discuss with the subject, discuss with other, then only you can. So it will improve your quality of learning, మన observation ni quality of learning ni పెంచుతుంది. So there are 3 questions, I will tell them, then we will stop. I am not writing the question, I am writing the solution. Question you have to read and write. What is the average speed of a car? It covers 200 kilometers in 5 hours. Distance 200 kilometers. Time taken 5 hours. Then a data collection. We have to collect the data from the problem, read the problem, understand the language. What they asked, they have given distance and time. They asked to calculate average speed. Malli problems చెప్పేటప్పుడు I will give the steps to solve the problem which are involved. Just I am negotiating. Average speed ante distance by time, time taken. That is 200 kilometers by 5 hours. $40 kilometers per hour. Very simple problem. If they are asking average velocity, you should mention the direction. So write the content, select the formula, simplify it, and you will get the solution for that problem. Okay. Now, I hope you are following. Next. Question number 2. When does the average velocity become 0? Average velocity eppudu 0 avutundi. When there is no change in displacement of the object, the average velocity becomes 0. Of the body or object. Becomes 0. So the criteria is change in velocity is not there, average velocity becomes 0, because change in velocity by time is called velocity. So average velocity becomes 0 when there is no change in displacement. Another important question. Next, last one. I hope you are following. Question number 3. A man used in his car initial and final odometer reading. Odometer means a meter you find before the driver, steering ki mundara untundi. Speedometer, odometer. Odometer will give the distance you travel. Speedometer will give you the speed with which you are traveling. So odometer lo car lo oka reading ichunnaru, 2 readings. So when you are starting from your house and going to certain place, before starting you note the reading in your odometer, then you go to some destination, there you stop, the final reading is noted, the difference of the two will give the distance travelled by you, and time is given, and you can calculate average speed. So I am not writing here, but I am telling odometer is a device which gives distance travelled by an object. Speedometer is a device which will give the speed or velocity with the body which moving, initial reading. Kilometers. So now start అయ్యేటప్పుడు అది ఉన్నది ఫైనల్ రీడింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఓడోమీటర్ is 49 kilometers. వాళ్ళు కిలోమీటర్స్ని ఇవ్వలేదు, బట్ కిలోమీటర్స్లోనే ఉంటుంది, మీటర్స్లో ఉంటుంది, బికాజ్ యు ఆర్ ట్రావెలింగ్. That means the meter is very low, so that's why it is mentioned in kilometers. Next, distance traveled. By the car is equal to 549 484 9. This is the 0 0 700 kilometers. So distance travel is 700 kilometers. Then I am going to write here. Then time is 25 hours. Average speed is equal to distance travelled by time, that is 700 by 25. 700 by 25. 5 5s, 5 1s, 4 0. Then అంతేనా, 5 1s 5, 2 వస్తుంది, 4 వస్తుంది, 5 4 0. Then 5 1s, 5 2s 8. So 28 kilometer per hour is the average speed. So up to here we will stop. I have given the explanation. You practice up to here, read with textbook and videos, make you sure that you are going to be succeed. So today we have revised think and discuss questions about velocity and speed differences, then average velocity, average speed with an example. In that example we have learned two parts. One is drawing the displacement vectors, the second one is how to calculate average velocity and average speed, how they are been mean during the journey. Then finally think and discuss questions, 3 questions, easy questions I have discussed. You read them, write the question, then write the answer, try to work out. So here we stop. I wish you all the best for examination. If you got any doubt, you can put in the WhatsApp. Give the feedback after watching this video. Thank you, a good day.